conceded light. Then again, I also showed you my struggle and near reckoning with the mortal coil on the end of the sickle, as it were. And that's the whole point, right? Wait. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that? Whew, that was a good knee pop right there. It really was medicinal to learn, or to hear. There you are, you're level with my navel here. At least mostly. I'll keep you away from the falling sensation a little bit and just keep you level on me if I can. It actually helps to float my arm a bit. If I tuck my arm to my torso, the jerking of my footfalls running up my body and shaking my spine and everything, it seems to increase. Well, I haven't looked behind the screen while tucking. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Okay, hand positions. Okay, this is unnatural. But we're tucking right now, and I'm looking through the screen. Oh, this is a strange position to run in. Looks like that. And now we're not tucked in. Okay, it looks about the same. Ain't that great? Cool. Well, glad to know. I can't see the screen from here. You're too low. But I'm certainly glad to know that it's undoubtable that some of you are throwing up right now, which is great because I was right there on that hill. I think I managed to spit out the word nauseous. I hope it wasn't too obnoxious for you. Okay. There's a bit of a sidewalk right there. Maybe I should run on that. Oh, but it ends right there. That's not helpful. The last time that we used Wingcam, and when I had Grundlecam active, on both of those episodes, I held the lens vertically. Now the lens is horizontal. So, life's a little different around here. Oh, God. It seems like the best way to hold you is with my 3 primary fingers. And let my remaining 2 fingers just relax together or clench some wire between them. Holding the phone with all of my fingers, it kind of feels like the wires are going to slip. Doesn't matter. I'm talking tech because talking tech is comfortable. Okay, well, if we want to take the long route back, okay, decision. Quick decision. I'll let you see what I'm doing right now. There. Now you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm white. Do you feel smarter? Do you feel like I'm a little bit more of an asshole now? You might be right. I'm not sure. I will say the sun's given me a bit more of a tan. And that's nice. Okay, so the best, fastest way to go back is that way. I just can't explain it. It's just so good. It's just so good out here. There's a sidewalk right there. I think it might behoove us. True, I can see cars for a long ways on the other side of the road. But as I've said before, I do like to switch sides. It makes me a terrible companion in team sports. Tech is comfortable. What's uncomfortable is reality. I don't have the last word in reality. One thing Survivor Man does really good that I will be doing on this podcast, I promise, is, besides being out of breath constantly, I love you anyway, Les. Don't worry about it. We're breathing right along with you. Please don't chop your arm off with your multi-tool on accident, doing the crazy shit that you do. One thing that Les does do real well is that he'll let you know what his mental state is. At least he'll reveal a face of it for the public while he's out there surviving, starving, dehydrating. Sometimes he has a fever. He's pretty good at doing these things. He's starting fires and failing or making it work, and he lets you know the boost he's getting when he makes it work. He lets you know what he's doing when morale falters because things aren't working. Sometimes nothing works. And he's got days and days to go before the challenge that he issued himself is up. And it's time to go home. You know, minus 40 pounds of body weight later. I'm just running. But Liz will do that to a point. You gotta keep appropriate with your audience online. I get that. That's valuable. I've noticed that more and more with the folks that I follow on YouTube. That they have better unspoken boundaries than I thought. Particularly the ones that have surface, comedically placed boundaries that are broken for the sake of the bit. Again and again sometimes. Sometimes as running bits. Ultimately, you only get a face of these people, but it's still important to be as authentic as you can if you want to connect with people. And you don't have to. That's not what everybody tries to do. But it is what I want to do. At least I think so. I'm pretty flexible. When I'm running out here, whoever you are, I think there might be something beneficial for you to get on this program. If you do cool things and you find that cheering me on in my mired mediocratic realm, mediocritic? Certainly not meteoric, but whatever place I'm in the middle. Probably the lower middle of my potential. Probably in the lower middle of what the human race at large might be capable of. Actually, I put myself pretty low. The wider out you pan the scale. But let's say that you're on the top end, or higher up than me. You might find there's something good in cheering me on, having my back. There's others of you, wherever you are, you don't feel like you're doing so good. And you see me out here, also not doing necessarily so great. I had a rough night last night. I had a rough day today. I did. Existentially. But perhaps you see that, you hear that in the way that I'm talking. It's uncharacteristic of my common jovial self. But it's definitely no further from the heart than any of that material, any of that characteristic behavior that you're so accustomed to by episode 10 of a series that I might never publish. Maybe from where you are, you might see me and say, damn, I'm having a hard time. Runman's having a hard time too. But Runman's definitely getting it. Maybe he's not getting all of it today, but he stepped outside after hours of things not working, several days in a row, depending on how you look at it, weeks or years in a row. But he's at it doing this with no certainty anything's going to come of it. He just loves the doing. And he talks about how doing it feels more right every time that he does anything with it. So if Run Man can do a podcast like that, in that condition, And maybe he's running a bit longer these days than the first few runs, with plans to just keep going more and more. And that is the plan. Well, maybe I, the viewer, can draw some steely reserve from the depths of my own sacred, subtle internal field. Perhaps I can draw from the well within. And then the well that I am swimming in, the field outside of me, will see what I'm doing, and it'll respond. It's a possibility. It's a possible. More black bees. Gotta love them. Oh, man. All right, no jokes. They say the upside of the hill is less taxing on the joints than the downside. I will say, the last time that I was refuted like a shittier version of Gandalf from the mountainside was definitely the fact that I was not going to make that run was clear after clearing the hill, when I felt the way that my joints felt after all the banging and the bouncing on the backside of the field, all this field talk, of the mountain hill thing. And right now, on this lesser hill, even than that one that I was talking about, on the hill that we were all just a part of, yeah, I've definitely got the front of my right hip talking to me about how it thinks maybe I should slow down. And my left knee is in accord. Not as much, but a little bit. Sweat in my eyes. Woo! I never knew what that was in childhood, really. People around me would complain about it. Maybe because I had long hair for a lot of the time as a kid, despite... Perhaps because of that. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I was like, yeah, I'm sweating, but it's all going down my hair, I guess. I don't really know. Maybe I just wasn't really in tune. Wasn't aware that I was wiping my brow and all that stuff. I definitely got some salty seawater trickling down the trench system. That being my rapidly corrugating, wrinkling, aging, drying, shriveling, decaying skin. What are you gonna do? We're all being eaten alive by this thing. Yet, eaten is not eaten. And the one eating is not the one eating. Life is not that simple. I'm an Ouroboros kind of a guy. I like the paradox. Oh yeah, we're all eating, and we're all being eaten. That's nature. A bear's gonna eat me, something's gonna eat that bear when it's ready to die. Yeah, that natural phenomenon points to something that exists at a deeper level that was probably there before the stage was set with organisms that could play out those natural principles. Now, do I want to go back that way? Maybe. What the hell is the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that road will take me back. Let's do it. I'd rather go back this way. It doesn't go up the hill again, but the traffic is less obstreperous. It's less an abrasion to my delicate sensibilities than straight highway traffic. The sweat's drying on my left eye. How are you doing? I'm doing well myself. Oh, yeah, there it is. The right knee has joined the conversation. Good. Talk to me. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not saying that I can't make it back home. So, let's remember not to push too far into pain if we can avoid it. Be gentle, be mindful. Set an intention to redouble our efforts. To do the split squats, to do the deceleration, joint exercises, tibialis raises, hamstring raises, the hip flexor raises, leg lifts, push-ups, squats. They're called pikes in America. The first name that I learned for a standing straight-legged forward bend where you try to touch your toes. The first name that I knew for that position, which I love, I believe was called Paschimottanasana. And if you do it on the floor and incorporate a sit-up into it with straight legs, so you got your arms up, you get your feet going the other way, and then you raise your torso, and then fold your upper torso after the big crunch to your legs, and grasp your toes or your pads or your heels or whatever you can. If you do it that way, and you repeat a few times, that version of the pose I learned first by the name Utkatta Paschimottanasana. And I liked that name. I liked that pose because I liked that name. And I liked that name because it was absurdly long and difficult to remember. It just kind of stuck out with me. It's like, bro, it takes me longer to say the name of the damn thing than to have reaped full benefits from doing it for a few minutes. That's a cool little park. That's not a cool park. Oop, this is not a cool light post. I'm sorry, light post. You are cool. Illuminate. Later, not right now. It's light out. There's no need. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, we're beyond the halfway point. We're actually significantly beyond the halfway point. This is not a long run. It's just a good one. I'll upload this. The first episode that I uploaded officially to HowTube is still processing, quote unquote processing, days later. Which is fine. Maybe because it's a small enough site. It's staff, it's moderators, it's panels and things. It's control groups and markets and testers and all those guys. The devs. I guess I'm a dev because I'm helping to fill out the content. Maybe I should do a little bit more contact and do some research into HowTube. Be more a direct part of the family. They deserve any help they can get because, well, at least from what it looks like, the content is, if their flagship is Randall Carlson, then the flagship is gold. Anyway, damn, I was going to say something. Oh, what was it? Oh, yeah. Episode 8 is still processing, I think. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It was 9. Yeah. 9 is still processing. Who cares what it is? It's processing. And today, we'll see. So, hopefully, sometime I'll be on HowTube. That'd be cool. If not, maybe I'll dance the YouTube dance. Either way, I'm in no small amount of discomfort, and my legs are tired enough to be shaky after not that much running, but not that little either. Remember what we were talking about? Decency. I'm an okay runner. That felt good. One good hill. You know? Call it what you will. I don't want to compare myself to you. I want to compare myself to how good I think I might be able to get. That's the whole point. I'm not worried about superstars. Let them shine. They inspire me. This is me. After some tough breaks. Getting kicked around a little. Yeah. And then running. Okay. And doing it. It's gonna feel really good to settle down after all this running. Whatever comes. I know I did it. I know I didn't leave anything on the road. We'll get there. We'll get good at this. We'll get really good at this. Oh God, I got that lip crust. Oh yeah, that's real. That water's gonna taste good. Oh, get up on that sidewalk. You like that? One time I jumped off a bridge that was about 3 times lower than that. I don't mean the water level. The water level was very high. The distance between me and the water was something like triple or more. It was a long time. I remember thinking the thought at least 3 or 4 times, God, it's been a couple of seconds. Shouldn't I have hit the water by now? Time distorts in moments like that. Look, if I can run and my body feels like it's unweaving itself around me and just keep doing it, then I can keep doing it with one of my arms tucked in. The question is more about, is that something that's worth watching? That's a more dubious question. I hope that I treated you guys to a pretty experience. I didn't set out to run that run while cat sitting this week, but here we are. I had no plan or prerogative. I sank for a few days into an acquiescent, gravitationally inert, a doldramic mire. I was a couch potato. It was cool. Gotta have the potato experience every now and again. I'm all about starches. But then, you can only take that so far. I had some things to work through anyway. I'm glad that I worked through them. Glad things kind of broke a little bit. And hopefully the next time we have a situation like that, which wasn't anything big, it was just me reminding myself that I'm showing up for myself and I'm listening. Sometimes it's hard to be listened to even by yourself, or especially by yourself. So I was a little emotionally upset in the experience of listening to what was going on inside me. We've all been there, I think. But, I came out on the other side. Hopefully, next time won't be so hard. Or if it is hard, hopefully I'm a little stronger. Woo! I get the feeling I will be. Lift the legs. Lift the legs. What am I going to be like on hour 5, guys? What am I going to be like on hour 5, the 5th day in a row? There's a question. There's a question to ask yourself later, and totally not right now. Because I'm not doing that right now. Maybe I should have checked to see if I was still recording. Maybe I'll do that right now. We're at 59 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's see if this thing keeps going. Yeah. I'll try to come back home this route. I think this is the right road. Okay. Right hip. I hear you. Right hip. I love you. Right hip. You are talking. I'm here. I'm listening. We're going to stretch later. We're going to pamper later. We're going to rest. Going to sleep good. Going to get back on in the morning. Stretch and load. Get some good stuff going on. Run again. Maybe a little less. We'll see. That's what I think I'm going to do. And if I do, I'm pretty sure you guys will be with me. Let's see if we're still recording. 1 hour, 38 seconds. Okay, I thought this thing only recorded in segments of 33 minutes. That's how episode 8 turned out. So we're learning still. Maybe I hit a button or something weird. It's no biggie. Oh, Jesus. This is not the road I thought that it was. Oh, God. Will it take me home? We'll see. We'll see. It's not for me to know until we round the bend. This is how we move. We move as well as we can with what we know. Our instincts and our guts talk to our brains, are held and supported and nourished by our presence, by spirit, by who knows what other forces. The void? Sure. We're warriors. We draw from the void, where potential lives. For me to even say that without having really been anywhere or really done anything. You see, what did that sign say? I don't know. But I think we're on our way home. Yeah. Without being totally sure, I think we're on our way home. Yes. I believe I made the right call. Almost there. We got this. So yeah, a little bit over an hour. I mean, that might be the next main landmark. Can we just be consistent and hit that mark most runs? That might be very nice. Somewhere down the line, I sense phone memory might be a problem. We might have to pack extra cards or something. Which means overhead. Right now, I only care about one overhead. Oh, there's the wrist. Did you hear that? It's not that hard to do this. We made it, you know? Okay. Okay, now, 3, 2, 1. Walk the last few feet. Let's take it to iCam. There we go. Wow. Big, heavy steps. Lethargic, but triumphant. Okay. Almost to the door. Okay. Okay, back to easily held cam. What do I have to say to the kids? You got this. You got this. If I can do this and I'm not too special, then anything is possible. The running is special, isn't it? This moment is special, isn't it? Boy, I wonder if you can hear my heart racing through my mic. I can hear it in my ear. Why wouldn't you be able to hear it? Holy moly, we ran that hill. Oh, well, I can't think of any closing remarks. Except thanks for joining me. If you're having a hard time, then, you can still run. Like I did. Maybe. If you can't, then you can't. But you can definitely do something that I would call running. Running your life, running your love, running your art, running your TV programs, running your imagination. If you're about to get into detention, it's probably because you're running your mouth, and I would advise you to run a program that says, hey, insight into self says that I might be sabotaging my best interest right now. But I'm not you, so you go ahead and govern your own instincts. Or receive your own inputs. Okay, everybody. Oh my God, get the sweat out of my eyes. Okay. Signing off. Right along with Run Man, successful.